My name is Elaina Ramsey, and I serve as the Executive Director of the Ohio Religious Coalition for Reproductive Choice. Yes. Thank you all for coming out today in the cold and bringing your whole selves as people of faith, conscience, and goodwill to stop this heartless abortion ban. Yes. I thank you for doing this work. I'm proud to do it with you and to stand here and introduce our next speaker, Sarah Hutchinson Ratcliffe, the Vice President of Domestic Programs for Catholics for Choice.
Yes. Hi, thanks. It's so great to be here for everyone. We know that I am Sarah Ratcliffe. I'm with Catholics for Choice. What Catholics for Choice does is raise the voice of the millions of Catholics across the United States, women and men, the vast majority of Catholics, in fact, who disagree with our bishops on issues about sex and sexuality and reproductive choice and the actually appropriate role that religious voices should play in public policy. I'm proud to be here in Columbus. My dad lived in Columbus for 25 years. I grew up here. I was here every summer, and we're here to stand up for choice, to stand with these strong pro-choice leaders and the people here to testify their experiences, to send the message loud and clear that the bishops do not speak for the majority of the 2 million Catholics here in Ohio. Catholics in Ohio and across the United States support choice, support access to reproductive health care, and support women. Catholics for Choice is here to make sure bills like 258 do not make it into law. Catholics are in Ohio. We're here to tell our legislators we won't go back. Yes. Time and again, the Catholic hierarchy, their anti-choice allies, tell policymakers that the bishops represent what all Catholics believe. But we know they don't. We know they don't represent Catholics when they push for policies that restrict access to comprehensive health care, including abortion. The lobbying to deny abortion has tremendous effects on women's lives. Pushing harsh bills like HB 258 would be disastrous for Ohio women. It would effectively outlaw abortion just after 6 weeks before many women are even aware they're pregnant. Catholics for Choice is so proud to be a part of this extraordinary gathering and these voices. To add the Catholic voices to the chorus, we're here to make sure Ohio Senate hears the voices of the millions of Catholics who support access to abortion for themselves and their neighbors. We do this not in spite of our Catholic faith, but because of it. Because the role of individual conscience is at the core of Catholic faith. Catholics support policies that take care of the whole person, that allow the individual to follow her or his conscience and access the health care they need. Catholic teaching compels us. We have a duty to follow our conscience. It also compels us to respect others' rights to do the same. Catholics respect women and their moral autonomy, that right and the ability to make the decision that's affecting their lives and the best for their family. We believe in women's autonomy and her right to choose whether to end or continue a pregnancy. It is neither for us or this government to stand in judgment or to interfere with any woman making the decision for herself, her family, and her future. Because Catholics know that abortion is health care. 6 in 10 Catholics believe that abortion can be a moral choice. We are here to make sure the Ohio Senate does not take away the right choice for women in this state. Catholics care deeply about the marginalized in our community. Restrictions like those we stand to fight today, those that limit access to critical health care, hurt the most vulnerable of our society first and foremost. These are women of color, women in rural areas, women with less means and lower incomes. Finally, our faith charges to respect religious pluralism and religious freedom. The Catholic hierarchy and their lobbying arm, the Ohio Catholic Conference, try to pretend to the media, to our legislators, that they know what Ohio Catholics want. And when they make all the noise with their allies, we know that they can't hide the fact that the chorus of Catholic voices is not with them. if the bishops were actually to listen to the everyday Catholic voices, they'd hear, both in principle and in practice, that the majority of Catholics want equal access to comprehensive reproductive health care and religious freedom for each of us to choose for ourselves. Women's health and women's rights are Catholic values. Equality, fairness, compassion, social justice. These are Catholic values. We'll continue to fight to protect these principles and the right of each individual to follow their conscience in making their decisions. Catholics for Choice is here in Columbus to stand with the women of Ohio, to speak out against bad bills like 258 and any legislation that would take reproductive health care access away. Once again, we're here to say, we won't go back. Thanks.